Okay, so here we are, and we have, as we discussed, the three options that we have, and then we have this section that talks about net saleable area, and then we have this section that is going to be built anyway. So, for example, if you're building a basement, you won't be selling the basement, but you'll be selling the apartment that comes with the basement. So the cost of construction has to take into account even the common areas, the balcony, the entry, the garage, the roof terrace, the basement, the courtyard, or the private open space, or whatever. However, when you do your selling, you are selling the area that is built and covered and habitable. For example, it would be your living areas, it will be your toilets, bathrooms, bedrooms, lounge room, anything that's covered where you actually will live in. All the other areas have to be built in order to be completed as a house or as a unit where people can live in. However, those are not the construction areas. Now, it could be different altogether. It doesn't matter in your part of the world, but the net saleable area is usually the area that's habitable, but it has to be built anyway. So if I'm building 4 units and all four of them have 4 different areas, now you can come in and change these names and call them bedroom 1, bedroom 2, or whatever you want to call them. They're different, or first floor, or ground floor, or third floor, whatever name you want to give them, you can give them these names. And then you can also change the names for these and give them different names. So say, for example, I've added some sample data here. For example, we have the net saleable area. So let's say this is a first floor, a ground floor, first floor, and second floor. So if you've got 3 levels here, or a semi basement or something, and I know that I've got 4 units like that, and I've got 1 unit of each of these. So I basically just copied this sample data just to show you how this actually works. So I've got all of this data here, and this is my saleable area. So it could be first floor, second floor, ground floor, or if you have like a mezzanine floor or something like that, that can go in there. And then each one of them has a courtyard, has a balcony, has an entry section, has a garage, has a roof terrace, or a basement. You can come and customize all of them. And then if you have a per square meter rate or per square feet rate for each of that area, because for example, one of these living areas is going to cost you a little bit more as compared to the balcony, or as compared to the garage, as compared to the roof terrace. So if you know these rates, you can come and put those rates in, and this will calculate your total area. So once this is done, let me just zoom out and show you what will happen. So if I put this in now, right now I'm talking about individual area cost per unit of measurement. So I have individual units, so I can go right to the bottom. So about 20 different areas. So if you've got more than 20 areas, I guarantee you, if you've got more than 20 areas, there will be a lot of units that will be similar size, or would be a cookie cutter of the same design and would be the same. So in that scenario, you can use 4 of these. So right now we know that, instead of 1 of each, I have 4 of this top one. So if I come here and click on save and refresh, this will do all the calculations for me based on the rates that I have put in over here. So once this calculation is done, you'll see that we now have 15 units that we are developing in this scenario, and that's what we are going with. Now, it does not matter if you've got this selected or you change that to cost per unit, and you still have that data sitting here somewhere. So you see, when you click on that, the old data is sitting here. It says 24 over here, but you don't have to worry about it, because the calculation will be based upon what you select in this section right here. So if I was to change this, and this is cost per unit, so I know each of these 4 units are going to be 350,000, but these ones I can build for 200,000, for example, each. So I'll just copy that over here, and I'll go save and refresh, and it will then do the calculation based on the total number of units and the average cost per unit that I have given it. If you change that again to average cost per unit of measurement. That is, a total built area and the saleable area. These two things, but that I will be able to build my entire development on an average of 1650 a square meter. So in that scenario, you have to put in the values here and have your number of units over there, and you click on save and refresh, and it will do the calculations based on 1650 per unit of measurement. So that's how this calculation will change. So again, as you know, all the blue cells are our input cells, and all the black cells are our calculation cells. So don't have to worry, but for this example, let's just stick with the individual area cost per unit of measurement, and we will go with that. So we've got that over here, and this section is now complete, which basically gives us our total construction cost for the residential units at this stage. So this is where we are sitting at the moment, and we'll get into the market value for these units in the next video.